Go in with a game plan. And I know sometimes that's hard depending on what it is that you're working on. Let's just say you're working on a few chords, right? So you've got 5 chords that you're working on or something like that. And you're feeling overwhelmed because none of the chords are very good, right? You're having a hard time making them and you can't switch them very well, and then you got strumming and all these things. What you need to do is you need to break down into the smallest possible element what is wrong and what can you do to make it better, right? So if you were looking at something like a D chord, for instance, and you're having a really hard time, or whatever chord, a bar chord or whatever it might be, and you're having a hard time making it, you have to understand, well, what can I do to get better at this? Well, the first thing is I'm going to find a place to go practice where I'm not distracted by, the kids or the TV or my phone or whatever it might be, and I'm going to put some real thought into this. I'm going to really focus, and with my students, I've always referred to it as focused practicing. Practicing can become less beneficial when we're just noodling and we're not really paying attention. Now, again, there are times that's a wonderful thing to do. But when we're focused, we have an outcome that we want. We have, an idea that we want to try and get better at. So right now, my idea is this chord, whatever the chord is. So I'm thinking about how it looks, right? Visualization is the key. If I can see it, I can play it. I might not be good at it, but I can play it. If I can't see it, if it's not in my head, I can't play it. So I've got to be able to see that chord in my head. So I'm looking down at my guitar. I see that D chord. Okay? That's step one. Again, it might be a scale. It might be a song. It might be, it could be all kinds of different things. But if I can't visualize it in my head, I really am going to have a really difficult time playing it. So I've got to see it. Okay? So I'm seeing that D chord sitting right there. The next thing I've got to do is I've got to play it. I've got to apply the technique of creating whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So I make this D chord, okay? And then what I need to do is I need to practice with chords in particular. I'm going to practice bouncing, which is picking my fingers up and setting it back down. I'm going to train my fingers to make the chord that I want. I'm using muscle memory to train my fingers to make this chord, okay? It's really important. So again, it's not how fast I can do it. It's not, I'm only going to do this for 12 seconds. The point is, I want to walk away from today being better at D or a bar chord or whatever it might be by practicing it and understanding what my problem is, right? When I make this chord, maybe my middle finger isn't functioning as well, or I'm making a scale and my pinky isn't doing what it needs to be doing, or whatever it might be. Well, then that's what I need to work on. So again, it's not how fast can I get through my practice. It's how well can I do with my practice. So here's my D chord. I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at it. I'm visualizing it. I'm concentrating. I'm not, sidetracked by something that my phone or whatever. And I'm really just practicing making this over and over and over. And I might do this for 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But again, it's not, well, let me get it done really quick because I have 4 other chords to get to. No. Today is about this chord. Or for this X amount of time, it's about this chord. It's about getting this, because this chord will never go away. You'll be using it for the rest of your life. So I need to get it. Okay, I need to get better at that. Okay, so I practice it, and I'm starting to get more comfortable with it. Okay, so I practice making it over and over and over. I'm bouncing it, everything like that, developing the chord. I'm concentrating. My brain is in on what I'm doing. My fingers are making the chord that I want, all this sort of thing. Okay? Then what I start doing is maybe choosing another chord, and I do the same thing. And then I start moving back and forth between those chords, okay? And practicing bouncing between these chords to get comfortable. That's why it's important to practice chords that we use a lot together. 1, 4, 5 stuff, if you know what that is, like G, C, and D. Those 3 chords go together a lot. A, D, and E. Those 3 chords go together a lot. C, F, and G. Just common things like that. Now again, eventually you'll have other chords and other chord progressions and all kinds of different things, but the same rules apply. If I'm learning how to play a song, it's really just a matter of visualizing, understanding what I want, and then practicing the technique of execution of what I want. And then once I get comfortable with all that, I work on the output, how it sounds, how comfortable does it sound, how smooth does it sound, how accurate does it sound to a listener. But I'm not worried about that until I can visualize what I want, I can see what I want, and I've put in enough practice breaking down all the aspects of whatever it is I'm trying to play. Okay? So it's really important every day to have yourself small goals, baby steps, small wins, whatever you want to call it, but where every day you've got an idea. Maybe it's a week. Maybe you're thinking of it in terms of weeks. By the end of this week, I'm going to have X done, or X better than it was the week before. But what is X, right? Is it one thing, a chord, or three things, three chords that create a progression, or a song, or whatever it might be, okay? So it's really important to be able to think about that. So we've got putting ourselves in the right frame of mind by not being negative, okay, and understanding that this is a lifelong journey. It doesn't, you don't get good at guitar in 2 weeks and then you're done. It goes on forever. There's always something new that you can do. So the competition thing, being careful of all that sort of thing. The second thing is being able to really understand that it's a daily practice. It's something you've got to dedicate time to, because your only other option is to not play, right? I mean, you're either going to get better or you're going to not progress, and you're going to ultimately wind up quitting. And we don't want that. You don't want that, and I don't want that. So we have to just take baby steps and keep getting a little bit better and a little bit better. You know, if you've got somebody around you that's better than you for whatever reason, use that as best you can as an inspiration. And if it's not an inspiration, just you've got to learn how to kind of block that out of your brain, because it can be really detrimental to your playing, okay? And then we've got the actual practice part. Visualize what you want on your fretboard. Visualize it in your head. So even if you're at work or at school or whatever it might be, and you don't have your guitar, you can see the D chord in your head. You can see the A chord or the bar chord, or, you know, how a song, you know, the parts of a song or whatever it might be. Visualization is a wonderful tool that we can use when our guitar is not available. We can think, right? We can visualize. It's really important. And then once we've got that, then we're going to apply what we've been thinking about to the guitar. So we grab the guitar, and now we've got to work on the physicality of using our fingers on the guitar, making chords or making scales or synchronizing our hands or whatever it might be, okay? Now, again, I know that's kind of a generalization, and I've got lots of videos available that can help you with different things, because everybody's different, you know, and planning, understanding what a daily practice or a weekly practice is, or how it can benefit you the most, can be hard to figure out at first. You know, what do you need more than other things to achieve your goals? Because in the guitar playing world, we are constantly bombarded with different ideas and different things to practice and different things we like and different songs we want to play. And all of a sudden we wind up with just this insurmountable amount of stuff that we feel like we're supposed to be practicing, and we don't have enough time for everything. Well, we've got to weed through all that and find the best stuff, and that's what we need to try and work on. So don't give up. Don't get so frustrated that you don't want to play at all. It's just overwhelming. If you get frustrated, that's okay. If you get really frustrated, stop for a while, go do something else, reassess what you're trying to do, and then come back. And again, try and make a small win, right? Try and make a little goal and try and develop that a little bit. So keep that in mind. And, you know, if you ever need help, reach out as best you can. It's not always easy for me to respond to everybody, but I do the best I can. But, you know, there's lots of people that can help you. Find friends in the guitar community, real friends, right? You know, find somebody that really would like to help you or really will listen to what it is that you're looking for and can offer some advice to you. So take care and stay positive on that, okay? Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. Listen, if you're ready to take your guitar playing to the next level, then I'd like to invite you to go to guitarzoom.com and sign up for a VIP membership, which gives you first access to my premium lessons each month, which are customized for your specific goals and skill level. Now, it's an awesome community of guitar players that love to play, have fun, and support each other's goals, and we'd love to have you join us. So go to guitarzoom.com and sign up for VIP today.